morning, everybody. Mac here. Welcome back to the show. Welcome to Sunday Show and Tell. Welcome back to the living room. I am recording this late Saturday night, so I look like crap. I know that. I apologize, but we got to get this done. We got to get this out. We got to get this taken care of. So the first thing we're going to be talking about is not crowdfunders, because we really have no crowdfunders to be talking about right now. There's a couple that I'm watching that I'm waiting for release, waiting for launch, but for right now, what we are going to start the show off with is Renegade Games Renegade Con is coming up, and it will be coming up on October 3rd, Friday, October 3rd, and it's basically just their online con, their online convention. They will be doing YouTube live streams all day, introducing new product, introducing like sculptors, how to paint minis, doing gameplays of things that are coming up. As a matter of fact, it is running from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Pacific time, so that will be 12 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern time, okay? And it is mostly going to revolve around Heroescape from what the schedule looks like. From 1:30 p.m. Pacific time is the only thing G.I.Joe, which is the G.I.Joe Heroescape gameplay. At the last Renegade Con over, I think it was the spring, they showed a sneak peek at some of the G.I.Joe Heroescape minis that are going to be coming out, so that'll be interesting to take a look at that. Other than that, it doesn't look like there's anything else G.I. Joe coming out for Renegade Games, but there is a new games panel at 11 a.m. Pacific time, so that'll be 11, 12, 1, 2, so that'll be 2 p.m. Eastern time, but that is going to be for new games, so maybe there will be something new for like the deck building game, or maybe even the role-playing game. Mission Critical, we know, has been canceled, cut, ended. The role-playing game apparently is still doing very strong. As a matter of fact, they have that new source book, Hawk's Dossier, I forget what it's called, but it's going to be coming out. It's up for pre-order right now. So who knows? Maybe, I don't know how the deck building game is doing, but maybe something new will come out for that. We'll have to wait and see. There is also going to be a sneak peek, if you see right here, of Ikusura Samurai Swords. It is a 40th anniversary game that is coming out, a remake of a game that was very popular back in the 80s, and I think there was a re-release in the 90s as well. And that is going to be a crowd-funded game. That is going to be on GameFound, and the campaign starts on October 14th. So there will be a link, because we don't have any links to Renegade Games' actual videos yet because they're not live, there will be links to Renegade Games YouTube channel in the description below, so you can check that out, maybe set some reminders. And I will put a link to the Samurai Swords GameFound campaign in the description below as well. Four Horsemen has announced their second wave, Four Horsemen has announced Wave 2 of Legacy of Mythos. I didn't fully understand what this was at first when the first wave came out. As a matter of fact, I didn't know this was something that was going to be continuing. But Legacy of Mythos apparently is a reissuing of some older figures that came out very early in the Mythic Legions line, which it gives new collectors a chance to get their hands on them and not have to pay like third-party prices. So that's very cool. Also, considering they're calling it Legacy of Mythos, I am curious if this has maybe something to do with the RPG that's going to be coming out. Don't know that for sure, just something I was wondering about. But I think this is a very cool move. Unfortunately, I don't know any of the original figures that we're going to be talking about, so I don't know if anything new has been added or updated from the original ones. But both are going to be released at Legions Con with Legions Con exclusive accessories, and then it will be available at Store Horsemen as the standard version. And you'll see what the differences are in a moment, because the first one we're going to be taking a look at is Sir Valgard. who is a dwarf in golden armor, which is very cool. They're the only company I know of that's really doing dwarves, and I think that's great. Because why wouldn't we have dwarf action figures? I don't get that. So the accessories look fantastic. I absolutely love the detail on that big hammer that he's wielding. The second head is a bearded skull head, which I'm very curious about, like how that fits into the lore, or this dude's backstory, or if that's just something they added in just because, hey, they're the Four Horsemen and they do that kind of thing. So the Legions Con exclusive comes with everything that you see right here. The exclusive items are the longer human legs, the additional shoulder pauldrons, the closed helm, or the closed helm head, basically all of the pieces that you need to turn it into like a standard golden knight. Those are all the Legions Con exclusive pieces. Those won't be available once it goes up for sale on Store Horseman. As far as I know, you can only get those pieces at Legions Con. The second one that is coming out is the one that I'm excited about and I think is very cool and I will probably end up getting is Scaphoid. This neon green, diseased-looking skeleton mage. And he looks incredible. This may be one of my favorite figures that Mythic Legions has put out so far. I think this dude is really cool. I love the runes that are like etched into his skull head right there. He comes with his staff and his mace, a magic effect to fit around his wrist, a cloth goods surcoat, and the Legions Con exclusive pieces are the animal head and the bone wings, which is unfortunate because those were the pieces that I wanted the most to go along with this figure. So, I mean, he's going to be awesome. There's no doubt about that. Unfortunately, I'm not making it to Legions Con, so I don't know how I'm going to get my hands on the version that I want. Once it goes up for pre-sale on Store Horseman, I'm probably going. I mean, I know I'll pre-order the standard version, but I would really love to find a way to get like the Legions Con exclusive. Just have to work on that. There's no price yet, and there is no release date yet, but I'm guessing, just like Wave 1, that these two are going to be $55 each. Now, following along this line of like dark fantasy D&D style figures, we found something else that I hadn't seen, didn't know was coming. I don't know how long they've been available for pre-order, but this is Pure Arts 1/6 scale figures. So they're 12-inch figures based off of The Witcher 3, The Wild Hunt. And the first one we're going to be taking a look at is Geralt of Rivia right here. He looks fantastic. Like, I'm not even lying. Like, I didn't think I would be getting into 1/6 scale figures, but with the G.I. Joes that I bought, Darth Revan, I have a 1/6 scale She-Ra coming, and now I'm actually looking at this one, and the next one we're going to be taking a look at and wondering, hey, can I get those? Do I have the money for these right now? He's in his game starter armor. All of his goods are cloth goods and they're hand tailored. He has rooted synthetic hair. That's not plastic hair. That's like wool hair rooted into the head sculpt. He comes with potion jars, his removable medallion, metal, silver, and steel swords. So his weapons are metal. Crossbow, 5 sets of hands, Noonwraith trophy. The eyes are movable. I don't know if you pop off the back of the head, if there's a tool to move them from the outside. I'm hoping they're linked together so that when you move one, the other one moves, so they'll move in unison. And removable cloak that is also hand-tailored, and a display base. The silver sword, when you're looking at the photos, the silver sword does have the blood stains on it. However, when you look at this photo right here where he's using the signal and he's like doing the flame blast, or he's using the rune and he's doing the flame blast. Not rune, I forget what they're called whenever he does that. I forget what the name is right now, but the flame blast has been digitally added into the photo. He doesn't actually have a flame effect for whenever he holds his hand out. He has the open hand, which you could even use as like the force push that he does, but he doesn't come with the flame effect on there. The likeness is fantastic. The cloak looks awesome. Right now, there's only two places I've found this. One is on Big Bad Toy Store. It was available on Sideshow Collectibles, but it's sold out right now. But on Big Bad Toy Store, it is $349.99 with a $35 non-refundable deposit. And Big Bad says this excludes the tariff tax, so that will be added on to it later. The estimated arrival is Q4 of 2026. It is also available on Pure Art's homepage. It's the same price. It doesn't say anything about a tariff, but when I went through the checkout, the shipping is pretty high. So I don't know if they're wrapping the tariff into the shipping or if their shipping is just naturally high. I've never ordered from them. Honestly, this is the first I've heard of this company. I haven't checked out anything else they've done. But on Pure Arts, if you put it up for pre-order, they have payment plans available. So you don't have to drop the whole, what did I say it was, $350, the $34.99. You don't have to drop the whole $350 at once. They have payment plans just like Sideshow does. And it's still available both on Big Bad and at Pure Arts website. The other figure they have up for this, and I always screw her full name up, Ciriella, Fiona, Ellen, Rihanna. Siri, basically. She comes also with completely tailored cloth goods, rooted synthetic hair, movable eyes, 3 pairs of hands, her steel sword with the sheath, and a faux fur mantle. Not nearly all of the accessories that Geralt comes with, but she still looks good. She still comes with some pretty good looking stuff. And honestly, I feel like this is, if you're going to get one, you're going to have to get the other, even though it's going to come out to $700, because Siri right here is also $349.99, $350. It is a very great likeness of Siri. And just like Geralt, it is available on Big Bad. $35 non-refundable deposit, excludes the tariff tax, ETA Q4 of 2026. And available on Pure Art's homepage for the same price with payment plan options available. So these look great. I don't know if these are the only two that they're going to be doing, or if maybe they are going to go further with the line, because also on this webpage, and I forget how much the cost was, but it does have like a 1/6 scale diorama statue of Geralt going against the Wild Hunt. I would love to get some of the Wild Hunt for this. Yennefer in this style would be fantastic as well. Also, when you're looking at Ciri's photos, there is this photo where she sort of has like her warp hand out and it's doing the effect. Once again, that's a digital add-in. No spell or blast effects or anything available with her. And speaking of statues, which we just were before I got sidetracked on Ciri's photos, Frazetta Girls Icon Collectibles has released their 1/6 scale Death Dealer 2 statue. So this is 1/6 scale. The statue entirely is 14.5 inches tall. Looks fantastic. I mean, really looks fantastic. Made of polystone and polyurethane. The sculptor is... Oh, I'm going to murder this. The sculptor is the Shiflett brothers. It is a limited edition run, limited to 1,000 pieces worldwide, and it is $650. Estimate ETA Q1 of 2026. Available only on the Frazetta Girls website, but it's $650. Once again, Frazetta Girls website, payment plans are available. Now, Heroic Signatures, which a few weeks ago we talked about the Heroic Signatures Conan figure that just came out, and we talked about how there were two versions of that, the deluxe and the standard. I ordered the deluxe, of course, and the deluxe was only going to be available at Heroic Signatures website, which kind of led you to believe that Conan was going to, the standard version was going to be available other places, and now it is. The standard version of Conan, pre-orders have gone up at Big Bad Toy Store, standard only. At Big Bad, it is $80 up for pre-order now. Estimated time of arrival is, I don't think they have the ETA up there because they didn't have it on Heroic Signatures website either. But $80 at Big Bad. Just a quick update, a quick reminder that the deluxe version available on Heroic Signature's website with the additional weaponry, went for $75 plus $15 shipping, which put it at $90. The standard version is $65. Presumably it has the same shipping cost as the deluxe version that I ordered, so that would still put it up to roughly $80. So the price is going to be about the same, because on Big Bad's, I don't think it said anything about the tariffs. I think it just had the price of 80 bucks. So then there would be the $4 shipping through Big Bad, whereas Heroic Signatures, after shipping, the prices are going to come out to about the same. The moment a lot of MOTU fans have been waiting for has finally arrived. Mondo has put up pre-orders for their 1/12 scale 2000X figures. There's actually 2 versions of He-Man and 1 version of Clawful available. So remember, when they were talking about the figures, the MOTU figures, the 2000X figures, they said they were going to try and get them below the price of Ghostbusters. Ghostbusters figures, standard version, was $100. And a lot of people were talking about it being $95 for the 2000X. So keep that in mind while we're talking. He-Man is up, and these really do look fantastic. Like, I'm not even going to front about that. These look great. I wish I was really into collecting, like, Masters of the Universe, and I wish I even knew anything about 2000X. Like, they're cool, but I don't think I need another He-Man line. I don't know. Or this might be something that I just cherry pick certain figures from, because that He-Man does look fantastic, especially the timed version. So there is a timed pre-order edition, and that is this one right here. And you can see with the boxes where it shows the timed exclusives, because the timed pre-order editions are Mondo exclusives. You can only get them through Mondo's website. So keep that in mind while we look at this, that pre-orders are live through October 17th. So there's a couple more weeks before the pre-orders will go down. The exclusives that He-Man comes with is the long hair head sculpt and the base. The timed pre-order edition is $115. So it's $115 for basically what is a deluxe version. They call it a timed pre-order, but it's basically a deluxe version that's only available until the 17th. Now, it also says these are subject to the tariff surcharge. So you have to take that $115, add shipping and handling, add the tariff charge. And when I did that for She-Ra, it didn't come out cheap. I'm not going to lie. The tariff charge kind of like upped it a little bit. Upped it a lot, actually. I don't know what it would be on these. There is a standard edition that presumably is going to be available through other outlets. As a matter of fact, I've seen it only at one other place right now, which was Nerdzoics. Big Nerdy had the standard version of He-Man available. I'm assuming at some point Big Bad and Entertainment Earth will get them as well. We'll have to wait and see. He comes with everything that the deluxe version comes with, just without the base and the long-haired head sculpt. There is no cutoff date for this one. So I believe this is going to be like the Ghostbusters, where you have like the deluxe 2-packs that are timed pre-orders for a certain window. And then you have the, like, after the window is closed on that, Big Bad Toy Store and Entertainment Earth got their hands on like the standard versions with pre-orders that were just open until they came out. So I'm assuming it's going to be roughly the same way. And He-Man here, the standard release of He-Man is $95. So that, I think, is going to be our base price point. That $95 will be the base standard release version. Timed pre-order edition on Mondo's website, basically a deluxe version of figures, if that's going to be available, will be bumped up in price a little bit more. And there are just going to be bigger figures that are going to be more money, which we'll see in a second here. Now, once again, $95, subject to the tariff surcharge. That might be why on Nerdzoic it was more expensive than 95, because on Nerdzoic the standard version of He-Man is selling for $104. I know it's getting complicated with the pricing structures right now of certain things. Now Clawful just looks fantastic. He's big, he's imposing. They finally do Clawful right. I feel like he looks like a monster that came up out of the water and is just going to shred you. He is only available as a timed pre-sale edition. Doesn't look like there is a standard version of him. Maybe later, but not now. And I think they're doing that to kind of get you to order Clawful now, because Clawful is $125 plus the tariff. So we're probably looking at about $140 for Clawful when it's all said and done. I know the prices are upsetting. I know that. Believe me, I know that. With the way prices are going up in general, and then you throw the tariffs on there. Right now, I'm looking at it as like, these Mondo figures are to Masters of the Universe what like the Mafex figures are to things like Marvel Legends. You know what I mean? Like, you have your standard line that you can get figures of, but then you have, like, you know, those boutique lines that are coming out that run you more money but have a whole lot more detail, better paint apps, things like that. Because remember, Mattel is coming out with a 6-inch 2000X line. We saw that at San Diego Comic-Con. Very curious to see how that's going to turn out and how that's going to match up with these. So, because I think they had these at SDCC as well, and even though they're saying these are 1/12 scale figures, I think He-Man came in at like maybe 7 inches, but like that would make sense because He-Man should be bigger than everybody else. And then Clawful, I think, was like 9 inches tall. So there is going to be, I believe with Mondo, they're all going to be scaled together, but there's going to be like different sizes in the scaling. I'm wondering, well, I don't think Mattel would be doing something like that with their 2000X, but we'll have to wait and see. Speaking of Mattel and Masters of the Universe, the Masters of the Universe Transformers Mashup Series Wave 2 has gone up for pre-order, and wow, is it disappointing. I'm going to be honest. Wave 1, I was kind of like, okay, let's see where this goes. Let's see what's happening with this. And I don't doubt that it has its fans. It's definitely unique, and it's just one of those weird things that I feel like there are going to be fans of this, but it's going to be like a very niche section of the collectors. So if you like these, I am not trying to yuck your yum. Like, if you dig these, if you're into these, if you have Wave 1 and you like them, more power to you. I just question some of the choices that they made with this. First off, we're going to be taking a look at He-Man in Optimus Prime armor, which we knew that was what was going to happen. Once Skeletor was decked out with Megatron, He-Man was going to be decked out with Optimus. So he has a blue energy shield that pops onto his arm that, like, it is an energy shield, but it has that sort of design of like the classic He-Man shield. He has a golden axe that the hand can pop off, and he can pop it onto his wrist like Optimus's energy axe. He comes with a Matrix of Leadership power sword. That if you look at that, the cross piece is the Matrix of Leadership. Then there's a blue energy blade coming up out of it. I think that's kind of cool. It actually looks a lot more like New Adventures power sword with... That's what they should have done. What? Oh my goodness. Why didn't they do that? If they were going to do a Masters of the Universe Transformers mashup, why didn't they do it with New Adventures? Anyhow, back to this. So we have our late Matrix of Leadership power sword right there. I got to admit, Skeletor and the Megatron armor, like, I liked the idea of like the Havoc cannon and everything. That had a cool look to it, and it was like, yeah, Skeletor and Megatron together, that did something. I thought that looked kind of cool. This isn't really doing it for me too much, and I don't know why. I don't know what is so different about this versus Skeletor and Megatron being mashed up, but for some reason this one, it's just not doing it for me. Maybe it's just the colors mash the colors together. I don't know. Maybe the shine for me has worn off of this collaboration already. The other one, the one that everybody was waiting for, and I'm curious to see what the reaction is going to be, is Scareglow in Starscream armor. First of all, I think it should have been Evil Lyn in Starscream, but that's just me. It's okay. The box says glows in the dark, but we don't have any photos of it glowing in the dark, so we don't know how much of it glows in the dark. Like, does just the Scareglow pieces glow because there's not a whole lot of Scareglow coming through? Or will, like, the Starscream armor glow in the dark too, which I think that should happen. Like, imagine everything that's, like, colored white right here, like all the Starscream armor. Imagine that all glowing in the dark. That would be kind of awesome. His null rays double as dual-bladed, or double as twin axes, which is something Scareglow never wielded. I think it would have been cooler if you could have, like, popped the null rays together and at least make, like, a staff weapon, like his glaive or something. So, it's okay. And, of course, it comes with a plastic cape and crown for the coronation effects from Transformers the movie. That was kind of unnecessary. The purple cape I can understand because Starscream wore the purple cape for the coronation, and Scareglow wore a cape as well, so the cape sort of fits in right there. The crown, both are available at Mattel Creations' website right now. Currently, I think that's the only place you can get them. They are $33 each. ETA of May 8th May 8th of 2026. And Mattel has also released a new Mattel Brick Shop set. Sorry, I ran out of breath there. It is the 1994 Audi Avant RS2. Boom. I was really hoping the Brick Shop would be doing something else other than Hot Wheels cars. I don't expect them to pick up the Masters of the Universe Mega Constructs line and run with it, but I would really like them to see them do things like that. Like, even if it was like just like Barbie build sets or something, because I want to see what they're going to do. Like, how are they going to do like minifigs? How are they going to do like more complex builds that have like rooms and doors, maybe like little gimmicks here and there? Like how Grayskull had the trap door and the elevator. Like, I'm very curious to see how they're going to do stuff like that. But so far, all they're putting out are these Hot Wheels builds, which, don't get me wrong, I have some of these. I had some of these when it was Mega Constructs. I really like that. I think it's a cool idea because, like, it definitely competes with, like, Lego Speed Champion set. And I actually liked the Mega Constructs builds better than the Speed Champion sets. I haven't picked up any Mattel Brick Shop builds yet. But we've had nothing but the Hot Wheels sets. So come on, Mattel, give us something else. This is a 253-piece set at $22 for the set. That comes out to roughly $9 cents per piece. So I think they're doing a very good job of keeping the price down, which is another reason why I want to see them doing something other than Hot Wheels and doing like play sets and minifigs and things like that. At this price point, I would love to see what they could pull out that would directly compete with Lego. With them getting the DC license next year in 2026, I would love to see things like Batcave, Hall of Justice, the Daily Planet, DC sets like that. Could you imagine like a Legion of Doom playset in like brick build? That would be awesome. Yeah, so pre-orders are available, $22 for the set. ETA November 12th, 2025, so it is right around the corner. We'll be here just in time for Christmas. On the Super 7 front, we have another update for Tiamat. The same viewer that told me about the letter last time informed me that he's received an update, that he verified his address. So his Tiamat is actually shipping now. So it looks like if you go there, verify your address, they'll ship as soon as you verify that. So he's going to be getting his in a few weeks. Probably maybe getting it this week as we're going through. So that's cool. And I got an update from Entertainment Earth that my Tiamat is going to be shipping in October. So Tiamat is on her way. I'm kind of excited about that. Getting a big 5-headed dragon for Halloween. That's going to be really cool. And speaking of monsters for Halloween, Super 7 has also released their Universal Monsters Reaction Plus Wave 1. I am not a big fan of the reaction figures. I am not a big fan of Super 7's reaction figures, just because no matter where you go, 3 3/4 figures for like 22, 25 bucks. I can't get behind that, except for this, because I am a huge Universal Monsters fan, and the 3 they have come out with for Wave 1 is Dracula with his candle holder. We have the Wolfman with his silver cane. And then we have the creature from the Black Lagoon with nothing, which surprises me because there were plenty of accessories that they could have given the creature from the Black Lagoon: harpoon gun, net, fossilized hand, just off the top of my head. All 3 of them are up for pre-order both at Super 7's website, Entertainment Earth, and Big Bad Toy Store. Each one is $22 each, and the ETA is October of this year, October 2025, so they should be here in time for Halloween. Nothing about Wave 2, but I'm assuming Wave 2 will be Frankenstein's monster, the Mummy, and either the Bride or the Invisible Man. I'm betting on the Invisible Man. And speaking of Reaction Plus, Super 7 has put out Wave 5 of their G.I. Joe Reaction Plus figures. Their Ultimates line didn't seem to go too well. I think that's dead. They haven't really had anything new released for it this year, I don't think. But their Reaction Plus figures have really been their Reaction and the Reaction Plus figures for G.I. Joe just really been plowing forward. And with this, it is basically G.I. Joe the movie Wave 2, because we get Destro in his winter gear with a pistol. We have Snake Eyes in his winter gear with the Joe's laser rifle and a pistol. We have Big Lob. Who saw that coming? Like, I know we're getting a classified figure of Big Lob, but Super 7 beat them to it with his bandolier and the Joe's laser rifle. And then we have Pythona with a soft goods cape, which I'm assuming is going to be sort of like just one of those vinyl pieces that fits over her arms. And she comes with her gem. So those are $25 each. And the ETA for those is also October of 2025. All right, everybody, stick with me. Hasbro is usually the longest one that we have to talk about, but there is one other thing that we'll be talking about at the end before the stinger. So stick around after we're done talking about Hasbro. So the Marvel Legends 2-pack of Punisher Nick Fury that we had talked about a few weeks ago, it is now up for pre-order at the usual places: Hasbro Pulse, Big Bad, Entertainment Earth, $62.99. Wow, like, we knew the prices were going up, but $62.99 for a 2-pack. I don't understand the pricing structure of that. Usually weren't the 2-packs basically just like the same price as 2 figures put together, and now it's more than 2 figures put together. It's kind of like they're backing us into a corner and stealing our money. Go figure. Granted, there's a lot of accessories with this, but still. So that is up for pre-order now, $62.99. On the Marvel Legends front, we also got an email. Anybody who ordered it will know that we got the email for a Sentinel update, that it looks like the Sentinels are shipping on December 15th, so prepare your wallets. Also, they will probably have a few extras. Of course, they're going to order extras. And just like with Dragon Man, how there were like limited quantities available for sale on Hasbro Pulse after all of the Dragon Mans were shipped out. Who knows? Maybe there will be some Sentinels available on the Hasbro Pulse website once they ship out as well. But I'm looking forward to getting my Sentinel, even though I am not a Marvel Legends collector. I just think the Sentinel was really cool, and I already have an idea what I'm going to use it for. Also on the Hasbro front, Tron is coming. I'm more excited about this than I should be because I don't think it's going to last long. That in coming out with the Tron Ares movie, there is going to be a Tron line of figures coming out from Hasbro. I have a feeling this is going to be a very limited and short run line. I think this is just something that is going to promote the movie, just like what they did with Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny, where like they came out with the Adventure Series line that only lasted like 1 or 2 waves, if you could even call it that, and then it just sort of died off. I kind of have a feeling that's what's going to happen with Tron, that Disney rung up Hasbro and was like, hey, let's do this again. So all of the figures are going to be based off of the 1983 movie. I'm hoping there's going to be some Tron Legacy thrown in there too. No word on if there's going to be vehicles, because of course we're all waiting for the light. We all want the light cycles. Like there has to at least be light cycles. At least a blue and a red light cycle that you can put like Tron and a red program in. Sark even. So I'm hoping for that. Not too much on it, just that it's coming. And who knows, maybe we'll see more at New York Comic-Con coming up next month in October, because we are getting some fan streams during Comic-Con. New York Comic-Con 2025 fan streams start Thursday, October 9th. And that is going to be Star Wars and Marvel Legends. And that live stream will run from 12 p.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Time. So it looks like Star Wars should take up half an hour. Marvel Legends will take up half an hour. But then on Friday, October 10th, we have G.I. Joe, Transformers, and Ghostbusters. And that is also going to be 12 p.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Time. So it's still the same 1 hour window. I mean, it'll probably go more one way or the other, but still basically just 1 hour allotted out for it for 3 brands, G.I. Joe, Transformers, and Ghostbusters. I feel like Transformers should take up the lion's share of that. I don't see them having too much coming out for Ghostbusters. And G.I. Joe, I mean, we always got new stuff coming out for G.I. Joe. I just feel like when the G.I. Joe team gets out there, they're like, here's what we got coming, here's what's coming up, here's what you can expect later. Who knows? Maybe with G.I. Joe, their whole thing will be announcing the snow hiss tanks that will eventually be coming out. They might be doing that and giving us an idea of price. Who are we kidding? We're not going to know the price until they go up for pre-order. But speaking of G.I. Joe, one more thing for Hasbro, and I was actually amused at how many feathers this ruffled, because I didn't think anything of it, to be completely honest. You probably got the email or you saw the social media posting that the retro card Flint has chase packaging right here with alternate artwork. I didn't think it was a big deal, but then again, I'm not a big Flint fan, and I never really paid attention to the original cardback artwork that was on the original retro card figure. I didn't realize until people started complaining how awful that art is on Flint's retro card. So it's kind of cool that they're fixing it. What's not cool is it's limited to 82 pieces. The idea being that you pre-order Flint from Hasbro Pulse, and there's a random chance that you'll get this new cardback artwork thrown in with it. So, like, I get why people are upset about that. I hate chase anything. It's definitely a money-making scheme, and when this chase variant eventually goes up for sale on the aftermarket, eBay, whatever, it's going to be expensive. Keep in mind, you don't have to buy it. I pre-ordered 2. Yeah, I threw my hat into the ring. If I get one, I get one. Cool. Pre-ordering 2, I'm probably not going to. but I would have ordered 2 anyway because I do like to keep one. When we're talking about the retro cards, I like to keep them like carded up. I dig those retro cards. I like to save them like that. But also, the figure-wise, this Flint is so much better than that first classified Flint that we had. Like, I didn't really have a problem with the classified Flint until I saw this one, and I was like, yeah, that one is way better. So I'm going to open one and keep one. So whether I get the new artwork or not, it would be cool if I do, but I'm not going to be heartbroken if I don't. Now, if this was Stalker or Storm Shadow or Baroness, then there would be issues. Then I would be like, I got to order 5. But for right now, I just got 2. This is time of recording. This is available still for pre-order. Yeah, there's a lot of people on social media that were upset about this, about it being a chase variant, saying, why don't you just use that for Flint's card back? Just make a second run because that first artwork was just dog awful. And I get that. I totally get that. So, yeah, the new stuff looks good. I do kind of wish that they would go to that art style for all of the card backs, because I really liked the windowless boxes for G.I. Joe Classified. I liked that they had that artwork on the front of it. This, doing individual pieces of art instead of like that computer generated AI art that they've been using, this would be a really good follow-up to that style of packaging that they used to do. Thank you all for sticking around. I know this has been a long one, but we have one more thing to talk about, and that is Diamond Select Toys. I don't know how many of you saw it, but there was a Marvel Select figure on Friday, I think it was, that went up for pre-order on Entertainment Earth. Miles Morales with Spider-Ham. 7-inch figure, 2 web lines, 4 pairs of hands, an unmasked Miles Morales head, plus the Spider Sense effects. So they said that there were some in production, and if they were in production, we would still be getting them. So this is proof that that is true. Unfortunately, we don't know. There was no word, at least none that I saw, that this was coming out. It was only available at Entertainment Earth. I didn't find it at Big Bad. So I don't know if Entertainment Earth is just funneling all of Diamond Select's stuff now. And unfortunately, there probably weren't a lot, because this is sold out now. It's sold out in like a day and a half. It was $34.99 on Entertainment Earth. No word on what its ETA was, but I'm guessing if they put it up for pre-order, it's on the water coming across right now. I don't know. Like I said, this was a complete surprise. So there may still be some stuff that's going to get fulfilled at this point. I know a lot of people are hoping for Annihilus. Unfortunately, they're not being very forthcoming on what stuff is still going to be available. I've been waiting for the Game of Thrones, not Game of Thrones, House of the Dragon, Wave 1 and Wave 2. But I have a feeling that's going to get canceled. I don't know, we're just going to have to wait and see what else we have coming. Thank you everyone for sticking around. This wasn't a particularly long one, but we had a lot to talk about today, and I appreciate you sticking around to the end. This is the last week of Retrotember. We have one more video that's going to come up on Tuesday, and then we roll right into Bricktober. And I have a feeling that for Bricktober, I may have to cheat a little bit on what constitutes like a Halloween themed video, because I have a lot of stuff that is backing up right now, and not a lot of Halloween themed stuff or even monster themed stuff. One of the things I was thinking of doing was this, the ninjas. I mean, like, hey, he has a dragon head. They're scary, right? Like, but the Ninja Force 2-pack came in from Hasbro Pulse, and I am very excited about this. I really want to crack this open, take a look at it. You know I love my ninjas, my G.I. Joe ninjas, and this has potential of like army building different ninja clans. We'll have to wait and see once we open this up. But we are going to be taking a look at some Halloween themed stuff, like for example, hold on, let me find it. We have Crystal Ball here that we can take a look at. Also, we have, I don't know where she's at. but I have the Halloween Dathomir Witch, Wicked Witch of the East, or Wicked Witch of the West of Dathomir, Black Series figure to take a look at too. This guy I definitely want to crack open. So there's going to be at least probably 2 G.I. Joe videos. They're going to be breaking the rules a little bit, but his whole deal is like terror, right? So it'll fit. Don't touch that dial. Before you go, please remember to do all the YouTube things, like, share, comment, and subscribe. If you already are a subscriber, what a legend you are. If you like what we do here and you want to help the channel grow, please consider becoming a member, whether through YouTube memberships or our coffee monthly subscription. Links to that in the description below. Both of them for $1 a month, you can get access to exclusive content, such as our monthly member exclusive video. So until next time, my friends, play well, stay safe, stay healthy, and as always, thank you for watching.